it happened. While everyone was distracted, the 1010 portal suddenly opened, and now your rebirth is finally here. The 1010 Rebirth Portal was meant to fully open tomorrow, but it didn't wait. It cracked open ahead of time, and you're already standing in it. The energy came early because certain souls, spiritually attuned people, couldn't be contained any longer. You triggered it before the rest of the world was ready. When energy arrives early, it's because something in you was already vibrating at the frequency of tomorrow. And now, you're walking in a timeline that most people haven't even seen yet. The split has started quietly, but unmistakably. The 1010 portal didn't just open, it divided. There's now a clear line between those who are stepping into their next cycle and those who are still trapped, replaying the old one. You can feel it, people drifting, conversations fading, priorities shifting without explanation. It's not personal, it's energetic sorting. You're not just crossing into a new phase, you're crossing into a new reality. And once you've crossed, there's no going back. Everyone talks about rebirth like it's about becoming someone new, but that's not what's happening. Real rebirth isn't a makeover, it's a remembering. The 1010 portal isn't turning you into a different person, it's stripping away everything you became to survive in a world that taught you to forget yourself. It's not adding layers, it's removing them. Right now, this energy is pulling you back to the beginning. Not the beginning of your timeline, but the beginning of you. That's why some people have been feeling strange nostalgia, vivid childhood flashes, or an almost magnetic pull toward old passions and forgotten dreams. These aren't random memories, they're coordinates, the universe reminding you where your original frequency was first created. The 1010 portal doesn't ask, who do you want to become? It asks, who were you before the world convinced you to change? That's the essence of this rebirth. It's not about a spiritual upgrade, it's about recovering the parts of yourself that never needed fixing. Rebirth isn't becoming something new, it's remembering what you were before the forgetting began. And that's why this energy feels so strange, because the deeper you go, the more familiar it feels. The energy of this portal doesn't push you forward, it pulls you home. But before that reconnection can settle, the portal tests something deeper, our obsession with perfection itself. Everyone loves to say that 1010 means perfection, the perfect date, the perfect alignment, the perfect energy. But that's the illusion. 10 isn't about reaching flawless completion. It's the death of perfectionism. It's the breaking point where you stop performing for approval and start living in truth. It doesn't want your curated self. It wants the version of you that's messy, unfiltered, and alive. This is the energy that exposes everything you've been pretending to hold together. It's the moment where the masks fall off and authenticity becomes the only currency that works. Perfection is the prison that kills your purpose. This is why many are feeling pressure, irritation, or emotional bursts right now. It's the body's way of rejecting the old need to appear perfect. It's not chaos, it's correction. The 1010 portal is rewriting the idea of complete. You're not meant to be polished, you're meant to be real. So if things in your life look unfinished, if plans are shifting or identities are dissolving, don't resist it. That's the signal that you're aligning with the truth of what this portal represents. Rebirth doesn't mean the end of imperfection, it means the end of pretending it wasn't part of the plan. Everyone loves the word rebirth, but no one talks about how brutal it actually feels. When people picture awakening, they imagine light, calm, and peace. But this portal doesn't work like that. The 1010 energy doesn't give you comfort first. It gives you confrontation. It tears down everything that was built on illusion, and that demolition can feel ugly, exhausting, and lonely. Right now, the world feels heavier for a reason. The 1010 portal is forcing endings, but it's not punishing you, it's purifying you. The truth is, rebirth never looks graceful when it's happening. It feels like confusion, isolation, or emotional chaos, because the energy is rearranging the architecture of your reality. Real transformation doesn't look like magic. It looks like destruction, reorganizing itself into order. If you feel like everything is falling apart, it's because the old scaffolding that held your life together can't support the frequency that's now taking over. Relationships, identities, habits, anything that doesn't belong in your next cycle is being pulled apart thread by thread. That's why so many people are feeling detached, restless, or in between worlds right now. The portal doesn't just open, it reconfigures. It's not meant to look beautiful yet. You can't rebuild while you're still standing in the ashes. This phase of the 1010 energy feels uncomfortable because it's the phase where everything false burns away quietly. But that burning, that sense of internal pressure, is what creates the space for something real to emerge. The emptiness isn't a void, it's the blank page before the rewrite. Destruction and rebirth are the same energy. The difference is only in your perspective. This is where the chosen ones stand now, between what's ending and what's waiting to begin. It's supposed to look unpolished, unclear, and unpredictable because the new reality hasn't found its final form yet. And that's exactly how you know it's real. The pain means progress. The disorientation means arrival. Rebirth doesn't hurt because you're changing. It hurts because you're remembering. What's resurfacing through this 1010 portal isn't a new version of you. It's the buried parts you silenced to survive. The discomfort isn't growth pains, it's recognition pains. Every wave of emotion, every strange déjà vu moment, every sudden flash of an old dream is your spirit reminding you of who you were before the world rewrote you. When people talk about awakening, they make it sound like learning something new. But in truth, awakening is remembering something ancient. The memories you thought were gone, the confidence you once had, the spark you used to feel, the fearlessness that came before heartbreak, all of it is being reactivated right now. You're not becoming someone greater, you're becoming someone you forgot you were allowed to be. That's why this process feels so raw. It's not a birth, it's a retrieval. The 1010 portal is a mirror that reflects your lost power back at you, and for many, that reflection is hard to face. You see who you were supposed to become. You see the timelines where you didn't settle, the choices where you stayed true to yourself, and realizing what you abandoned is painful. But that pain is proof that your original energy is alive again. The reason the 1010 portal feels so emotionally charged is because your spirit recognizes familiar territory. The energy entering now isn't new light. It's old light remembered. It's the same vibration that guided you before you learned to dim it down. And as it returns, it burns away the layers of hesitation, guilt, and false identity you've collected over time. It's messy because it's honest. It's loud because you've ignored it for too long. It's painful because power always is at first. The body shakes, the emotions spike, the mind resists, but the soul knows exactly what's happening. You're not breaking down, you're surfacing. And once this remembering stabilizes, something incredible follows. Not peace, but clarity. Because once you remember what you truly are, pretending becomes impossible. Every portal before this one has played games with your thoughts, rewiring your beliefs, challenging your sense of identity, pushing you to think differently. But this one is different. The 1010 portal doesn't care what you believe. It cares what you feel. It's not testing your logic, it's testing your capacity to love while everything around you feels uncertain. This time, the universe isn't asking, "What do you know?" It's asking, "Can your heart stay open even when you don't?" That's the real exam. For many chosen ones, this energy is dragging unresolved emotions to the surface. Old attachments, buried grief, strange waves of compassion for people you thought you moved past. You'll feel drawn towards situations that stir your feelings, not to punish you, but to stretch your emotional range. The 1010 frequency doesn't want intellectual strength, it wants emotional endurance. Your mind evolves by learning. Your heart evolves by breaking and staying open anyway. That's why logic feels useless right now. You'll try to make sense of the conversations happening, the people returning, the memories replaying. But this isn't a puzzle meant to be solved. It's a feeling meant to be felt. The universe is putting chosen ones in positions where they can't think their way out. You'll notice it. Your normal methods of detachment or rationalizing just stop working. The heart keeps pulling you back into the experience until you surrender to it. This energy has one purpose: to make sure your emotions are strong enough to hold the truth your next chapter requires. The mind might be brilliant at understanding spiritual concepts, but the heart is what translates that knowledge into action. So this portal isn't about becoming wiser, it's about becoming braver. And maybe that's why some of you have felt waves of sadness for no reason, moments of unexpected softness or sudden compassion for people who once hurt you. You're not regressing, you're expanding. The portal is forcing your emotional field to stretch, to prepare you for the intensity of the upcoming eclipses. The universe knows what's coming will require your heart to stay steady, even when the external world feels like it's shaking. Only a heart that has been tested can handle the light that's coming. This is why the 1010 energy hits the chest, not the head. It cracks open your emotional shield, not to wound you, but to make you stronger than anything that's about to arrive. The chosen ones aren't being broken right now, they're being calibrated. And once your heart steadies in this storm, what comes next won't scare you. It will recognize you. Once the 1010 portal peaks, something strange happens. The air starts to feel too sharp, too real, almost as if the world suddenly comes into high definition. This is the aftershock, the energetic echo that follows the rebirth. It's not quiet. It's loud in subtle ways. Conversations get deeper. Colors look brighter. Coincidences pile up faster. You start noticing how fast the universe answers, how quickly masks fall away, how instantly truth reveals itself. For a few days after October 10th, reality feels hyper-real. It's like the veil that once cushioned your experiences thins out completely, and everything, thoughts, emotions, intentions, hits harder. Manifestations that used to take months begin to show within hours. The people who were pretending can't pretend anymore. Hidden motives, real emotions, unspoken truths, everything begins to surface, whether you're ready or not. The 1010 portal doesn't just change you, it changes what reality allows around you. This is when you'll notice alignment or disconnection at lightning speed. Some people will suddenly feel too heavy to be around, while others will appear in your path like they were always meant to be there. You might even notice technology glitching, communication delays, or time feeling stretched, not because something's wrong, but because reality itself is recalibrating to your new frequency. In this phase, it's common to feel both powerful and disoriented. The rebirth is complete, but the environment hasn't fully caught up yet. Think of it like walking out of a dark room into direct sunlight. Everything feels too bright at first. The energy is realigning around you, and it's removing what no longer resonates at this frequency. This can mean sudden clarity about your next move, revelations about who's been draining you, or even instant closure with something that's lingered for years. This aftershock isn't chaos, it's confirmation. It's the universe rearranging itself to match the new version of you. You'll know it's happening when everything false starts to fall away, effortlessly. That's the final sign that the 1010 portal did what it came to do. The rebirth is complete. Now reality adjusts to the truth of who you've become. This is where the chosen ones find themselves standing. Not between old and new, but inside the living proof that they've crossed over. The energy doesn't just feel different, it responds differently. The world that once resisted you now bends to meet you. And from this moment forward, nothing will be hidden for long. One of the strangest and most beautiful effects of the 1010 portal is what it reactivates within you. As the energy continues to unfold, many people will begin to feel sudden urges to create, express, or rediscover passions they haven't touched in years. You might find yourself reaching for a notebook, humming a melody, sketching on paper, or feeling an unexplainable pull to speak your truth publicly. It's not random, it's remembrance. The gifts you forgot never disappeared. They were waiting for your energy to rise high enough to reach them again. These forgotten talents were never lost. They were simply dormant, hidden beneath the noise of survival and self-doubt. The 1010 frequencies activate the same neural and energetic pathways that held those original passions. That's why you might feel waves of inspiration or bursts of creative energy that don't seem to make logical sense. You're not getting new gifts. You're unlocking the old ones you buried when you stopped believing they mattered. This is also why so many chosen ones feel emotional during this phase. There's a bittersweet joy in remembering the person you once were before the world told you to grow up. That version of you, the childlike creator, the fearless dreamer, is returning, and it's carrying with it the raw power you need to shape your next chapter. Don't ignore the pull to create, no matter how random it feels. Those spontaneous impulses are your spirit signaling that your rebirth is real. The 1010 portal doesn't just rebuild your energy, it rebuilds your identity. The return of these forgotten gifts isn't nostalgia, it's activation. This energy reminds you that your creativity, intuition, and voice are not hobbies or coincidences, they're tools for the life you came here to build. Your purpose isn't something you discover, it's something you remember. Over the coming days, you may feel unstoppable surges of motivation, or moments where you suddenly know exactly what to do next without overthinking. That's the natural intelligence of your spirit kicking back in. The more you follow that spark, the more powerful it becomes. Each expression, each creation, each decision strengthens your energetic connection to who you were always meant to be. The 1010 rebirth isn't complete when you awaken, it's complete when you create. This is the cycle closing and reopening through you. The universe has handed back your original tools, your creativity, your courage, your vision, and now it's watching to see what you'll build with them. Because when forgotten talents return, so does destiny. Every portal opens wide at first, but it never stays open forever. The energy of 1010 isn't an infinite invitation. It's a temporary bridge between who you've been and who you're becoming, and that bridge is already beginning to narrow. This isn't a threat or a warning. It's simply how energy works. Momentum rewards movement. Hesitation, on the other hand, freezes the flow. And once the portal starts to contract, the ones still standing at the threshold will feel it, not as punishment, but as silence. The universe has stopped rewarding indecision. These next few days after the 10-10 gateway are the portal's refining stage, the energetic sorting that determines which timeline you solidify into. Whatever you've been uncertain about, whatever you've been postponing, the energy is forcing a conclusion now. Not choosing is still a choice, and this portal makes sure that choice becomes reality. The universe can't move with you if you won't move with it. This is the portal of commitment. It's asking one thing: what do you truly stand for now? Who are you when no one's watching? Which direction are you facing when the noise fades? Because this isn't about sudden opportunities or instant results anymore. It's about defining your energetic identity. Once the portal closes, the vibration you've embodied becomes your foundation for the months ahead. That's why everything feels so urgent. Time isn't speeding up, alignment is. You might notice the intensity building, plans suddenly demanding action, relationships revealing where they truly stand, internal conflicts refusing to be ignored. That's the energy pressurizing your indecision. You're being asked to either evolve or dissolve. And this time, the universe won't hold the door open while you think about it. Every portal closes not to trap you out, but to seal in the ones who are ready to walk through. This phase separates those who talk about transformation from those who actually live it. The window for procrastination is ending because the new timeline requires participants, not spectators. This is the energetic moment when words lose their power and choices take over. You either become the vibration you've been speaking about, or you remain in the echo of what could have been. So if you've felt an inner push to act, to change something, to let something go, to finally begin, this is why. The energy is tightening around clarity. The 10-10 portal rewards conviction, not caution. The moment you move, the universe rushes to meet you halfway. The moment you freeze, it keeps walking without you. And when this door finally closes, it doesn't slam. It seals softly, quietly, with an almost imperceptible click. And on the other side of that sound, reality begins to crystallize. From October 10th through October 20th, reality will start to move differently. This is not just a symbolic window. It's an energetic corridor that accelerates everything aligned with your higher timeline. For the chosen ones, this is the 10-day stretch where the universe stops whispering and starts acting. Every choice, every thought, every word spoken during this phase will carry amplified momentum. It's the sprint into the version of your life you've been sensing, but haven't quite stepped into yet. The universe doesn't wait for hesitation, it responds to movement. During this golden window, time won't behave the way it usually does. Things will unfold faster, but they'll also feel sharper, more decisive. Conversations will carry deeper meaning, and decisions that once felt uncertain will suddenly feel obvious. This is because the 10-10 energy isn't passive, it's magnetic. It's pulling your highest potential closer while simultaneously pushing distractions out of the way. You'll start to feel the invisible hand of synchronicity everywhere. Random encounters leading to breakthroughs, delayed plans suddenly aligning, or small risks paying off in unexpected ways. But this window doesn't reward indecision. It magnifies intent. So if your thoughts are scattered or your energy is divided, you'll notice things moving chaotically, not because the universe is punishing you, but because it's reflecting the state of your focus. The portal energy during these 10 days acts like a mirror. intensifying whatever direction you choose to face. Move with confidence, and life will sprint alongside you. Hesitate, and the moment slips back into dormancy until the next major alignment. For chosen ones, this period will also carry a strange inner pressure, not a negative one, but a feeling of being pushed towards something bigger. You'll sense it in your body like an energetic hum that won't quiet down until you make a move. That's because the universe is waiting for you to initiate. When the universe accelerates, it's not a race, it's an invitation. This is the 10-day ignition point of 2024's final cycle. Everything from here until the end of the year will trace back to what you decide, release, and claim during this window. It's not about chasing perfection or waiting for the right moment. The moment is here. The energy is ready. And the universe is already in motion. The only question is whether you'll move with it. When the noise settles and the portal energy starts to fade, the chosen ones will realize something profound. This was never about fear, chaos, or endings. It was about arrival. The 10-10 gateway wasn't designed to destroy you. It was built to deliver you to yourself. All the confusion, exhaustion, and emotional turbulence were just signs that the old frequency couldn't carry the new you any longer. This moment marks the end of seeking and the beginning of embodiment. You're no longer chasing alignment, you are the alignment. Everything you've been through, the purging, the isolation, the emotional recalibration, has been preparing your energy to hold more light than ever before. The reason things feel lighter and heavier at the same time is because your system is learning to balance expansion with stability. The storm wasn't sent to break you, it was sent to reveal that you were never fragile to begin with. The chosen ones are stepping into a phase where reality starts mirroring their inner frequency with exact precision. The people, opportunities, and circumstances that begin to appear now are reflections of your mastery, not your struggle. That's why some of you will notice peace where there used to be resistance, or clarity where there used to be confusion. It's not luck, it's arrival. And yet, even now, there may still be an edge of unease, a feeling that something has shifted permanently but hasn't fully revealed itself yet. That's because the energy is still settling into form. You're standing in the in-between moment where your old self no longer fits and your new self is still stretching into shape. That's not failure, it's evidence of transition. It means the process worked. Confusion is just your old identity realizing it no longer has control. The truth is, you've already crossed over. The rebirth isn't coming, it's already done. Everything that happens from here on is simply your outer world adjusting to the inner change you've already made. The portal was never somewhere you traveled to, it was something that opened inside of you. So as this chapter closes, remember this. You didn't survive the storm to go back to safety. You survived it to remember your power. You didn't lose people or opportunities, you lost illusions. You didn't miss the portal, you became the portal. And now, as the energy of 10-10 echoes into the days ahead, know that every heartbeat, every breath, every small decision you make is vibrating at a higher frequency than before. You're walking as the awakened version of yourself, and nothing about that will ever be undone. You've already been reborn. Tomorrow just makes it official. If you're still watching, I'd like to thank you for your attention. If you enjoyed the content and want to see more, please consider clicking the subscribe button. Your support is very appreciated. Feel free to share your experiences or thoughts in the comments below. Until next time, take care and subscribe for more insightful content.